And I have to say, I love these pictures skirting around copyright. Well, I'm going to save you some money, okay? This looks like a Power Ranger mech.
Dang.
It looks just like... What does it look like, Bobby?
Oh,
Because I think this is going to be the highlight of that shelf. And I'm going to make so many people mad this episode. It's more visually striking.
For me.
Yeah. Do you know the music I listen to?
I don't even... If I had... You know what? If I had more water in here, I'd throw it at you. But I'm thirsty.
You have to remember, I like it because it's more visually distinct. And that's why I like the G2 one. And I like that and I'm a sucker for a sword. It comes with a sword. Sue me. But either which way, I think we talked offline, maybe it was on stream, where we have so many trailers that we'd have nowhere to put them. And if I bought the one for Scourge, because I do have the Scourge, it would just end up in my drawer. Like, I wouldn't display it. I do want the gun that comes with it, but regardless, I'm not paying $100 or whatever these would go for them.
So, newsflash here. I've actually been looking at these and thinking about picking up one.
Welcome back, BBC fans. As always, I am James the Con.
And I am Bobby the Bot.
And we do want to give a shout out to our sponsor. We are sponsored now by The Chosen Prime. I can't think of a better store to be sponsored by. If you haven't checked them out, they're the best place to buy Transformers. So go check them out. Right after you're done watching this video, go pre-order some of the things that you're going to see on their site.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Another thank you to everybody that subscribed. We appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed already, why not just go hit that subscribe button below and like the video while you're at it. Okay, now that that's all out of the way, let's get into some news. And the first thing is some TFCon news. Transformers creator Bob Budansky, I think I said that right, will be at TFCon LA 2024, which kind of lines up with your theory, your conspiracy theory, that they're going to be putting together the original G1 type cast. I think it's kind of obvious Transformers Generation 1 reunion. So time will tell who else they get roped into this.
I honestly am excited about this. I've never been the one to the type to get autographs and things like that, but I actually think I may be on a slight mission this time. I mean, 40 years is a lot.
All right. Well, you might see Bobby with a Sharpie scrambling around the dealer room, so that'll be fun to see. Moving on, so this is technically an update, but I did want to put it at the beginning because you only have until the 24th to make any changes to your address if you did buy the HasLab Deathsaurus. So please, please, please make sure you do that so you actually get this figure because it does look great. What do you think about it next to that Star Saber you have?
I'm a little giddy. I can't wait. I did get another message today about the address and about the ship and all that stuff.
That's why I put it in the beginning.
Yeah. And I have 5 of these coming. So I'm
just put all of your secrets out there, aren't you? It's not I'm not even the one bringing up old stuff this time. That's you.
Yeah, so I'm giddy because I'm curious to see if they're going to be all separate or if they're going to just put it in a big box or what. So I'm kind of giddy about this. It looks great. I'm really excited about it, and I think we should do a unboxing and review.
Oh, we definitely will, because this thing does look really good, especially in this bot mode. It's one of the most proportional, I don't know the right word, proportionate. It has the best proportions of a lot of the Hasbro figures that I've seen in a long time. And maybe that's just because it's a super robot, life form. And I'm used to seeing it like this, but this looks really nice. especially compared to that Star Saber, which I get it has armor on it, but it is not. They look like they're made from two different companies, honestly, putting it up like this. The Deathsaurus looks like third party, and the other one looks like something you would buy at Target.
I wouldn't go that far. I think the weapons on Star Saber, you know, on his back, seeing those waffles there, it makes it stand out a little bit. I know there's fillers and stuff for it, but I think they actually measure up pretty well, especially around the leg regions in particular. You know, there's a lot of details on both of them, and I'm going to have to pull out my Star Saber. I haven't done anything with it since I got it, so I am going to pull it out and put it right next to it to do a live comparison. But I mean, the Deathsaurus does look better. I definitely agree with you on that. But the Star Saber isn't that bad.
Well, it wasn't worth $200 in my eyes, and it's still not worth $200 in this picture. Let's move on. So we do have a little bit of sad news. So the Peter Spellos, who was the voice of Skybite, did pass away. So that is a little sad. It's funny. I didn't even realize this until today. I changed my background on my phone to Skybite over the weekend. Just randomly. I just, like, if I show it off, let's see. Like, it's literally Skybite. And I just randomly changed it to Skybite. So that's a little sad. So here's a haiku. Who's the smartest shark around? Who's the coolest shark in town? Skybite, that's me, huh? So everybody say that. Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, what James just said.
I actually don't think that's a haiku, so that must just be a quote from him. But, you know, that's very sad. So we lost a big one, at least in my books. So I think this might live. What?
I know Skybite's one of your favorite characters, so that was...
Yeah. Especially as a kid. I had an obsession with sharks. The original Cyber Shark I loved, and the Skybite toy I loved as well. And then seeing them in the show was really cool as well, because I just like sharks and spiders and stuff. So, yeah, I wish I could have met him, but, you know, you live and learn. And I guess I won't wait to meet the next one.
I think that's kind of what's hitting me about the 40-year anniversary.
There you go. Let's move on to what's just announced. We got a few Fun Bee Studios things, and the first thing is the cyber-based system Lookout Mountain binocular set. Why don't you explain this? Because this looks like something I would see at, like, the Grand Canyon.
In essence, so it is the scene from the movie, pretty much at the beginning, where Daniel is on Lookout Mountain, and he's looking up at the ship coming, and it's the ship that the Decepticons had just taken over, from killing Brawn and Wheeljack. I mean, not Wheeljack, but Ratchet and Ironhide and all that stuff. And he notices there's a hole in the ship. And then Hot Rod uses his binoculars that are the ones that slide down.
Sunglasses.
Yes, and sees it and starts shooting at the ship. And then Cup is just like, what is this hothead doing? And, you know, here goes the movie of the big fight with, you know, leading into the big fight with Megatron and Optimus Prime. So this is really, really cool. I might have to ask some of my 3D print friends for some help with this. I really think I want this.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. I don't remember it from the movie. It does look nice, though. I'm sure I would remember the scene if I actually rewatched the movie.
Oh, yeah.
But I do need your help with what this is. I have absolutely no clue what this is. It looks like something out of Ratchet and Clank.
So this is actually, I believe it was a junk vehicle or something like that, and it was from an episode where Willie and Daniel, I can't remember exactly how they got on this, but and somebody in the comments, please let us know. I do remember the episode. I can't remember what's going on. I have a feeling that Willie and Daniel got in trouble somehow and stowed away on this ship. I can't remember. I remember it in the cartoon, but I don't remember what the episode was about. So I like this, and it seems like it goes along their lines of all the ships that they've been doing from the cartoons or any of the space vehicles or anything. So I actually like this as well, and it's really cool that how big it is that these figures can fit in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's bigger than the other ships that they've been doing.
Yes,
because they can fit in there. This, whatever you want to call it, ship, plane, bus, submarine, would be perfect for Hasbro to do a commander class where you can actually put different figures inside of it. They could do whatever they want with it, and it's unique. But then again, we saw how the Nemesis turns out, which I don't like that figure. So let's move on, and we've got an 01 Studio Cell re-release. And I have to say, I love these pictures skirting around copyright.
So I saw one earlier today, and I've seen mixes on it. I've seen it as labeled as a re-release, and I've seen it as a slight repaint. And so that's, and I have the original, and I think this one was labeled F, if I'm not mistaken, and the original didn't have any letters behind it. So I think this is actually a repaint, though it does look very, very close to the original.
Yes, I don't know. I didn't see any new pictures. Everything I saw looked like the original ones, but maybe they were different and I just didn't even realize it. Yeah. So I'm happy for everybody that wants one that they could go get it. Hopefully we'll get a G or an X, Y, or Z of the black one with the appropriate green.
Yeah, I will be passing on this one because it is so close to the original. I definitely want to see them next to each other to see if there's a big difference, but I don't see it right off.
Yeah, I think it's probably a slight difference to get people that are maybe a little more collect heavy even than you, that say, I need every letter of the alphabet. But it also caters to the people that missed out the first time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I do want the pumpkin if they re-release it, though.
You can still find that, I think. Anyways, we've got Pengo Toys Loki. So I can't believe they're calling it Loki. But again, I guess that's a Greek god, so it's not, you can't copyright it. And it's a repaint of their Cyclonus, which I remember you loved because it was a samurai Cyclonus, which is everything you like, and it was legend sized. So Bobby was all over that. Are you all over this one as well?
Not all over it. I'm interested. And I'm debating. It's been a pretty slow week. And I've thought about it. I have not pre-ordered it yet, but I have been thinking about it. This is a figure I know I hate. I typically say, I don't like the robots with the cloths and stuff like that, but this one actually fits because of the character. So I actually like the way it looks, and I don't know. I might pick this up. I can't remember how much the price is, but
I think that one was about 45.
Oh, 45?
But this thing is only like 5 inches tall.
Yeah, that's the problem though.
So, and this is the alt mode. I guess it could turn into this bird thing, but it also has a normal jet alt mode like Cyclonus. I think they kind of just futzed with it and got this and said, there you go, that's its alt mode. This pose does make it look really cool. But like I've said before, I'm kind of out on the oversized Legends because they still look like Legends figures, just bigger. So,
well, oversized.
I won't be picking this up regardless. Loki's not my favorite character in Marvel. It looks great. But yeah, I mean, the Batman we have makes sense. That's Shattered Glass Rat-Bat. The Joker that I have right here, I could make that somebody, or it's a random citizen that would be super evil in the Shattered Glass universe, which would also make sense for the Joker as well. So like those I could fit into my story. This thing though, I don't know.
I'm on the fence. I for some reason I thought it was $85 and I didn't realize it was Legends, but clearly I've been looking at a lot of numbers today and yesterday, so I don't know. That size does not make
It's
it as
deluxe
appealing.
sized. You know what I mean? Hasbro deluxe sized. So you're
yeah.
you're paying more for a lot more paint, probably better construction than Hasbro. Comes with, I think it comes with the cloth goods because every picture is showing it with it besides the alt modes. And it comes with a lot of accessories. So you're getting your money's worth when you compare it to Hasbro. But is it something you want in your collection? That's something you're going to have to figure out.
Yeah, I mean, I can put it next to my Batman and Joker and Catwoman, so even though it's Marvel versus DC, but hey, maybe that's what we'll do is a Marvel versus DC. Oh
man, if they make a Venom and a Carnage, I'll be buying those in a heartbeat. Next, we've got this thing, which is the Gatai 7 Changer. That's all I found for the name. And I remember seeing, it's not G1, the original figure. If any of you guys watch Bolt Matrix, I'm sure some of you do. He used to do all these Brave figures. And I don't think you know what Brave is, but it's kind of what Takara did when Beast Wars was going on. They still did Beast Wars, but they kind of did a more G1 type Brave thing. And I really thought this thing was cool. And I kind of want this. It looks really good in bot mode. What are your thoughts in bot mode before we get into the alt mode?
This looks amazing. I love the colors. That green, it's like a pine green or something. I love the green, the black, the red, the gold. Like, it's enough color in all areas. I like the red going through the leg, the inner legs. You know, it looks really, really good.
And as the name implies, it is a 7 changer. So that was the first mode. And you get like a griffin, a puma, a carrier, a truck, a plane, and then a tank. So again, I think that's all really cool. It's supposed to release in September of next year. It's by the Good Smile Company. But here's the kicker. It's 29,000 yen, which is about $300 US. So I don't think I'm going to be picking it up. As much as I like it, I think that's a little bit too much for a figure that I don't know too much about.
Well, I mean, you're good at using your imagination. You can come.
Oh, I can fit him in already. I can already figure out a story, but that doesn't mean I will still want to spend $300 on this versus 2 or 3 other figures. We'll see. Maybe I'll win the lotto by the time this comes out, and I'll buy one for me and one for you.
I appreciate that. I don't know. I don't really want to spend $300 on it either. I love the bot mode. I like the Griffin a lot as well. The other modes are okay, you know.
I think the truck's really cool. And I like the tank.
I like the tank.
Yeah. The plane is okay. The Puma or Cat or whatever it's supposed to be. I always say Puma because of quick switch. I think that he was technically a Puma. I don't like that one at all. The legs are funky.
Yeah.
And I don't know how the legs look funky on that one, but they look fine on the Griffin, but they do. Don't ask me. And then I don't even know what the other one's supposed to be.
It almost looks like the helicarrier from
that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Marvel, but
you know what? It's probably supposed to be a boat or a submarine. I see that thing sticking off the top. If you look, that red conning tower.
Yep.
I think that's what they're called. I think that's supposed to be a submarine.
So I mean whichever way it goes, 300's a little steep, but who knows? Depends on what's going on in September.
Exactly. We'll have to see. Next, we've got New Age's DOTM Megatron. And so this is a legend scale. I think we might have talked about this before, but whatever. It's going into just announced because this is the first we've actually, I think, seen it in person. And the paint job on this thing is superb. If you told me this was a model, I would be like, oh yeah, that's not a Transformer. So the fact that it's legend sized, a movie bot, and it's painted like this has me very interested in how it's going to turn out. But that does not mean I want to buy it. This is a I'll wait till somebody reviews it on YouTube and watch it type of figure, because I think there's a lot of engineering here that we don't see quite yet, and I don't know if that's going to be such a good thing at this small scale.
Well, I remember there being kind of back and forth whether it was legend scale or MP scale when it was announced, and I don't remember. So I mean, you're saying it's legend scale. Then
I'm going to take that back. I assume it's legend scale because it was New Age. It's not like a Magic Square or DX9 or whatever that dabble in both. So maybe it is MP scale. I couldn't tell you.
I just remember that going back and forth with it. You know, I think it looks good, and the weathered look, it looks really, really good. I'm shocked. So I don't like the movie figures typically, so I don't think I'll be picking this up, but it looks really good. So anybody that's picking this up, please let us know, you know, what it looks like. Now I see all these little pinchers look like crab hands coming out the front window. I don't remember.
Because I think he was, if I remember correctly, he stowed away in Africa to like, you know, not have the Autobots find him. And it looks like he just tied a whole bunch of like knives to the front of his cow catcher.
Okay.
I don't know. Please let us know in the comments if there's some lore implication behind that, or if they just did it because it looks like a Mad Max and looks cool.
Yeah, it looks like crab hands to me, so it's making me hungry. But we can move on.
I guess you like don't get Rampage from Beast Wars around you then, I guess.
Yeah, you know.
Crack them open. So you actually put this on here, and that surprised me because I didn't think you would want to talk about X2 Toys Justice Titan. This is a Korean Transformer. Go ahead.
I did put this on here. It's very interesting, and I have a thing for combiners, so that's always the first thing that captures my eye. And when I saw it, I was just like, this doesn't look bad. And
I don't think the limbs have individual robot modes though.
That's something I didn't see either. I did just see the vehicles, like the helicopter and the police car and all. But it reminded me kind of like a Optimus Prime, the Power Link. What was it called? Power Link Optimus Prime. We had the sub.
Energon Optimus Prime. Power Links. You were right.
Yeah. So that's what it kind of reminded me of. And you know, looking at it, you know, with the helicopter, the drill, and the submarine and all that. So I don't know. It's something that's catching my eye. I don't know if I'll pick it up or not, but it is catching my eye.
Well, I'm gonna save you some money, okay? This looks like a Power Ranger mech.
Dang.
It looks just like a Power Ranger. Like if this came out saying this was the next Power Ranger, especially since each of them doesn't have an individual robot mode. From what I've seen from these Korean robots, I could be wrong. This looks like something out of Super Sentai.
Oh, there goes that one. I guess we can move on. There we go.
It looks fine though. So,
I do like the way it looks though.
If each one of those limbs does have an individual bot mode, then I might be tempted if it was like $60.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. You got me thinking Power Rangers now. Okay, yeah.
Well, look, each one is a different color. They even use black as one of the combiners, which is something that I really think of as Power Rangers because of the mammoth.
I'm thinking. I mean, if we're gonna go that route, I would lean more towards the Voltron-ish type things. But
when I was a kid, it was Power Rangers, not Voltron.
Yeah. See, I mean, I was really excited about Power Rangers. Honestly, I was really excited about Power Rangers until it was a live action show, and I was like, this is terrible. This should be a cartoon, and it would have been possibly awesome. But with these actors and terrible acting, it died on the vine for me really fast.
Honestly, I remember being a kid and reading Goosebumps while watching Power Rangers, and the moment the monster would come up, I'd shut my book and watch, and I'd watch them fight, and then the people would come up, and I'm like, okay, because just like you, no offense if anybody likes Power Rangers, but even as a kid, I was more interested in the robots and the monsters, and that's it.
Yeah. So
okay,
update.
Let's get into some updates, and let's start off with something that I think I'm excited for. Because I'm always hesitant when it comes to Hasbro, but this is Legacy United Commander Magmatron Magmasaurus mode. I will say I showed this to my mom, and she just started cracking up, and she didn't say anything. She cracked up and laughed. It is what it is. It's not the worst thing in the world, but why I am a little bit excited is it does look like those wrists swivel still. I've seen comments, people saying, yeah, the wrist swivels. It swivels definitely. I still don't know, because Hasbro has a good way of making it look like joints are there, but they're not there. Yeah, I mean, I'm still picking it up, but it will not be in this mode in my shelf. I like it in theory. Let me say that. I like having all three dinosaurs combine in theory to make the centaur dragon thing. In practice, what does it look like, Bobby?
Oh,
you can't say it on this family-friendly stream?
Not at all. This is
That's exactly what I mean by in practice it looks interesting. But yeah. Taking that away, that dino, that T-Rex does look really good for a T-Rex. It looks like it cleans up really well. At least from the butt up.
I can't. Nope, you're not tempting me. Nope, I'm not gonna do it. I am not going to say anything that could be taken out of text like I've done before. So no, the T-Rex looks good in its T-Rex mode, and I'm just gonna leave it there.
All right, well, I'll have to wait till after we're done recording to see what Bobby thinks about it.
Oh my gosh. Ooh,
and secretly record it for everybody. Next, we've got Rise of the Beast YOLO Park IES series Primal. So this is the 62 centimeter tall Primal, which I think we saw at TFCon.
Mm-hmm.
They did change it a little bit. They upgraded it to be more faithful to the movie. So the standard version has 2 heads, a fully articulated neck joint, and then arms and legs and stuff that move, as well as the light. I don't know who this is for, but I'm very happy for them that they're getting this figure.
It honestly, it looked good in person.
It looked great in person, but
it looked really good in person.
It wouldn't fit on my shelves. None of my shelves, well, it'd fit on those over there, but like, you have to be a statue collector, and at that point I would rather get a statue, because then you don't have to worry about it breaking or anything like that.
I don't like the character enough to consider purchasing this. The price was high.
Even if you did, you wouldn't pay for this.
Well,
even if this was your favorite character in the world, I don't think you would buy this.
Well, I mean, the price was higher than what I would pay anyways, but I mean,
yeah,
you know, if we're going to talk about ifs, I mean, if this was my favorite character, then that probably meant that I have a lot more money than I could do with. So, you know, so then I would potentially go ahead and go in on this, but I just don't love where I currently stand. I just don't love the character that much, but it does look good. Yeah. So I can see why people, you know, there's figures that are out there and I'm like, why would somebody buy this? This one I can understand why somebody would buy it. It's just not for me.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so let's move on, and we've got Darkstrike MB24A from Fans Hobby in his alt mode with Fright Storm. So they look really good together. I don't know, because of the bot mode, I always expect there to be more wings on this figure, because he has like 6 wings. So it's weird to see him so compact, but they look really good together.
I am so excited about this. Now, I know I'm picking this up, and you did pick up one in at TFCon. Are you going to be picking up this one?
I think I've already said on this, yeah, I'll be picking this up. I don't have a pre-order in yet, so I need to get rolling on that. But I think I will be picking this up. You can't have one without the other. And I've said since the beginning, I like the US colors better. So, yeah, I do plan on getting this. Here is the combine mode, which I actually like. It's kind of cool. You know, they combine their engines into one and they're super fast with all the guns and stuff. It's kind of redundant because I don't think I'd display mine like this. I know you have that fixed hobby thing, so you could probably make it work. Any thoughts on this?
I remember as a kid, I guess, a youth, say that, seeing this combined mode, and I thought it was the stupidest thing in the world. I was just like, why are two jets going to back up into each other? And as an adult, I still think this is kind of dumb. Honestly, I don't like it. I don't like the way it looks. I think both jets look really, really good by themselves. I understand the theory behind it, but as you like to say, it's kind of lazy. It just looked like we're gonna do something to make this character seem more powerful, and we're gonna fold one jet up and have it connect to the back of the jet, and it just,
especially when there's no other like team members. There's not like another Autobot that does the same thing with like two cars or something, you know. But I like it because it's unique. It's something that gives these characters personality more than, you know, what they would have otherwise. And here is the bot mode. It unfortunately looks like some of the few things that I didn't like with the Dreadwind are being carried over, which is the lack of posability. The elbows and knees were not the best on that figure. He didn't have an ab crunch or anything like that, like I was kind of used to with Fans Hobby. I also don't like that the whole front of the jet is just hanging off of his back. I don't like that either. But it looks good in this mode. So I'm still picking it up regardless. I think for the price, it's fair.
I think it looks great, and you know, due to the, I think where the bot mode suffers is because of them connecting. It affects how the bot mode is, you know, because now you're going to have that part hanging off the back because, of course, that's the transformation piece of it. So I think it looks great. I'm interested to see if there's any type of, I don't know, like I know they come with stickers sometimes. I wonder if the sticker set that comes with it, you know, kind of brings some more life to it, because it does seem kind of boring in these colors to me. I like it. Yeah. It could use like a pop of something here and there.
You know, I feel you. I ended up not using the stickers on my Dreadwind. I didn't like the red on the chest. And I probably wouldn't use them on here unless they made it look completely different.
Yeah.
It just was. And then the wings looked good, but it was just too much work for not a lot of profit. And then the tail, what is that called? Tail wing? Tail fin. There you go. It was silver on gray. And I was like, well, one, this gets scratched up. I saw it firsthand with yours. You transform it. So two, it doesn't look any, you know, it doesn't look that much different. So I left them off. But
yeah. Regardless,
we'll see.
I'll be picking it up too.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to actually have this in hand. Next, we've got Planet X CO5 Proteus, which is IDW Sludge, if I'm correct. Right?
It is Sludge.
Okay, so I'm learning. I like the guns on the back. I think that's cool. I like the little spikes between them. I like how the spikes go on the chest. And that's about it.
You sound like me.
I'm trying to be very, very, you know, nice about this. What about you? Is this your favorite thing in the world and you're going to be picking this up?
No, I'm not going to be picking this up. I do like the spikes on the back, but I can say the head reminds me of the head of the Stegosaurus for the King toys.
I was going to say he's in battle with him for the worst dinosaur head.
Yeah, so I don't necessarily like that. I do like the gold in between the links of the neck. I think that's really cool. It breaks it up. It looks really good. It's that pop of color on all this gray. But I wasn't in on the Grimlock by Planet X. I know you picked it up, so I thought you might be in on this. But I'm not going to pick this.
So to all the fans, I picked up the blue G2 version of the Grimlock on 50% off sale, so I got them for $95. And that was a great deal, and I love him for $95. If I paid the $190, $215 price tag that he is now, I would not like him so much. Honestly, he's up there with being one of my favorite purchases of the year because he was so cheap. And he's, my shoulders didn't break, so I was able to transform him and stuff. And he looks beautiful. And I'm sure this will shine as well. But even if they do it in a G2 colors, I wouldn't get it.
I like how the sword stores on his back, too. Mm-hmm. That's kind of cool.
I even like how the neck compresses for the long neck.
Yeah.
A little bit instead of just being, just hanging
down to his butt.
At least it looks like it compresses down to me. Yeah. But if they didn't fix some of the tolerance issues with how tight everything was when you transform it, this might be another disaster because people had their arms. So you have to, it was like one gear and you go like this with it. Does that make sense for the shoulder? And people were having it just shear straight off when they were moving it. And it's funny that we talk about that because I read a comment that Get Right Robot actually fixed it for somebody. So if any of you have a broken one, hope you might be able to get it fixed. But yeah, this just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I do know. I'm not going to pick this up.
Yeah, me too. All right, so let's get into some interesting things. First, we've got an unknown company, and it's Tigerhawk. I'm just going to say it. This looks 100 times better than Hasbro's. It's probably going to be, triple the price. So people said it was canceled. Other people said, no, it's still coming out. Other people said it's a custom. I didn't want to skimp out on you guys, and I wanted to still put it in here to let you know that we might have an MP Tigerhawk coming. I know Transart is also making one. I don't know how that works. I don't know if they're worried about Hasbro coming out with theirs, even though these are probably different sizes and stuff. But all that aside, I think this looks good. I think we've talked about this in the past, like last year. And if it comes out, I might get it, but I'd rather get Transarts if this isn't Transart itself.
Well, this is another way that I'm going to save some money because I will be passing on this. And I'm laughing because I'm trying to figure out what those letters stand for and the way my brain is working.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
why don't you let us know in the comments what you think those letters stand for?
Yes. And if you don't have an idea, try to think about what I'm thinking. That would be funny too. All right.
Let's move on to actual Transart. So Transart showed off their Transmetal 2 Dinobot. So this is going to be a big boy. I find it hilarious that they left the shoes on Tarantulas. They literally just took them out of the package.
Yep.
But I'm excited for this. I had the Transmetal 2 Dinobot as a kid, and I played with it a lot to the point where I think I have 2 of them because one of them broke. I really like this. I know one of our friends and subscribers, Jose, he said this might be his first third-party figure when it comes out. So I think he's going to really like this. So let us know in the comments, Jose. But Yeah, no, this is an instant buy.
I
don't know why you're looking at me like that. Transmetal 2 Dinobot?
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's an instant buy. And if they repaint it as Rapticon, I'll buy that as well. Like I said, this is something that, like you, when you buy your Jazz and your Optimus Prime and you have that, oh, I have the original as a kid, that's what I feel when I look at this. Because I had this as a kid.
I definitely need to see what this looks like painted. So far, I'm out.
Well, and I'm going to say, with anything with trans art, I know it's going to be amazing. So do you know what he looks like, his colors that he is?
Yes.
With the creamish white and then the chrome purple. I think this thing's going to look amazing.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a really early prototype.
Yes, definitely. It is a big boy.
So, yeah, I was reading somewhere, somebody said it's like slightly taller than MP Dinobot, which I think you have a KO of. I do. That'll give you kind of the scale. So yeah, I can't wait for this. I think I'm unfortunately collecting a MP Predacon collection, so this will go right into that.
I don't think I know you are. So yeah.
You don't have to rub it in my face.
Yeah. Finally.
Let's get on to what's incoming, and to go with that MP Predacon collection, I don't know if this is going to make it in there or not, but we got Bingo Toy Spider-Girl. I paid this off. Where is this going to go in your collection, Bobby?
This will go with all the other random Beast characters I've picked up over the last year or so. I don't have any ideas of a storyline about her or anything like that. It just looks good. I love the colors, and she'll just go on with all the other Beast Wars-ish type stuff that I have.
You should put her with Wind Girl. I think that was the third-party name.
Oh, well, no. She's gonna go. She's a animal, or insect, so she'll go with all the other little beast things I have.
Well, actually, I have the Insecticons near her then.
No, that's a whole nother continuum. You know, that's like the one stuff. This is all going to go with like the Beast Wars stuff.
And with this, honestly, I don't know where I'm going to put it because it would look good with Beast Wars, but it's a different look. I'm thinking about completely changing my MP Decepticon shelf, getting rid of Megatron, Sound Blaster, Starscream, getting rid of all of them, and putting like this one in here, putting Deathsaurus in there. Characters that I actually enjoy. So I think I'm not going to have a G1 MP Decepticon shelf soon, because I think this is going to be the highlight of that shelf.
Wow.
Yeah, because I look at that shelf and I'm like, I like Six Shot in the back. Oh, I like Stalker right there. I like Decepticharge. Why am I leaving Megatron and all them in there? When the Megatron, my wife did get me, so I do want to keep that somewhere. But other than that, I'm like, let's make it interesting.
Oh man, I think this is kind of going to be the opposite. This will probably be in one of my random cases of Beast Wars stuff. You know, I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to do that case. That was part of my project last week, and so
move to this week, move to next week.
Yeah, it's definitely coming together. I can say that.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, no, I can see this being one of the main figures in my collection because I've always liked Blackarachnia, and I think this might be the best figure of Blackarachnia out there, at least look-wise. It mixes the original one from Beast Wars as well as the animated one, and it mixes it all together. And now that it has a gold face, it's even better. So
I think it looks great. I can't lie.
You know, I think it looks like a leader of the Decepticons to me. It's cooler than Megatron. Let's move into something else, and let's look at APC Toys Galaxy Mob Air Force. So this is coming out, and I really put this picture in there because I really like that head sculpt. That's not what the original one had, and I think this looks really cool. Not on this particular body, but I like the dual visors. I think that's a really cool little thing.
Yeah, it's different. You know, I can't say I don't like it. I can't say I like it. It's just different.
Yeah.
So, I looks like a drone. I guess that's
That's what it's supposed to be.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it just looks like a drone head, like a, you know, it doesn't look like it would be like a character's head that, you know, would have meaning. It just looks like a, you know, something that would be a drone, and so it fits it. And I don't think I'll be adding this to my collection. Well, I mean, I'm not going to be adding this to my collection, but it's not necessarily a bad thing either. It's not a bad figure, I don't think.
Yeah, I won't be buying this either, but I really like that head sculpt. This is Fans Hobbies MB09A and B trailer for their G2 Optimus, and I'm gonna make so many people mad this episode. And also Scourge. I'm not gonna buy it because I don't want to have space for it, but I wish I got that Optimus Prime because I think it looks better than the original G1 Optimus. I really like the G2 Optimus. It's more unique. It has the shoulder pads. It's more visually striking.
For me.
Yeah. Do you know the music I listen to?
I don't even. If I had, you know what? If I had more water in here, I'd throw it at you. But I'm thirsty.
You have to remember, I like it because it's more visually distinct. And that's why I like the G2 one. And I like that and I'm a sucker for a sword. It comes with a sword. Sue me. But either which way, I think we talked offline, maybe it was on stream, where we have so many trailers that we'd have nowhere to put them. And if I bought the one for Scourge, because I do have the Scourge, it would just end up in my drawer. Like, I wouldn't display it. I do want the gun that comes with it, but regardless, I'm not paying $100 or whatever these would go for.
So, newsflash here. I've actually been looking at these and thinking about picking up one.
After all of these times that you've said that this is your least favorite Optimus design of all time, and you'd buy the Energon one before this.
I did not say that.
You did it. You just said you don't like this design.
Yeah, that definitely.
And you know, honestly, maybe that's why you said you don't like this design, and me being a contrarian was like, well, now it's my favorite Optimus design. Screw you. That could also be it.
That could be it. That's probably what it is, just to spite me. But
just
I have
to spite Bobby. Yes,
I have been thinking about picking this up as Scourge. I've been thinking about, because I have the original Scourge, and so I've been thinking about it to the point where
you have to buy the trailer separate from the figure.
Right.
Just making sure.
Yes, and so that's what I said. I've seen, of course, I see the trailer everywhere. It's the Scourge that I'm kind of like, do I want to pay this price for it? And I
got mine for like $100. Yeah. This was Fans Hobby's first figure, and it was a good figure. There are problems with it, and I think with articulation and stuff that I still think Fans Hobby deals with to this day. I love them, but I still think they aren't the best with some of the articulation on designing that stuff. They focus more on the playability, which I appreciate, but I digress. I think you should get it. I think it's cool. You don't have a Scourge in your collection.
I do not have an MP size Scourge. You're correct.
Yeah, exactly. And you could fit this in with your other MP Decepticons. Pretend. I know you're not going to, because they're not in the same cartoon. But you could fit it in with like your Masterpiece Megatron, and they wouldn't look like they're from different continuities. He looks like a G1 bot.
Well, that's kind of what's been making me think about it is, maybe, possibly. I do have some more, I have some Armada stuff, and, kind of venturing out. And so I may or may not pick this up. But I have been looking at the trailer.
First Legends, and now this. Next, we've got Dreamstar Studios Top Raid. It looks great, but it'll probably disintegrate in your hand from everything that I've been reading online.
Don't wish that evil on me.
Oh, I'm not. There you go. I knocked on wood, so you're fine. But you know, I think we just got a comment as of recording this today that said QC issues like this are why that guy is not ordering that Metroplex, because it's a new company and he can't trust it. And I'm like, you know, that's a completely valid response. And I mean, I don't think we've heard anything from this company so far. So hopefully that means that they're fixing these things. But it looks like they're just pumping out figures instead of fixing their issues.
Well, you know, I'll be honest. I have 3 of these. 2 of them came with issues. I've received the replacement part for 1. I'm waiting for the replacement part on the second one, which is the newer figure. So I'm 3 in. I kind of have to finish the set.
That's a Bobbyism right there.
That it is. And you know, I will, you know, get mad fingers and type up a nasty email or something like that, or you know, if it takes too long. But I do like the way this jet looks. It looks great. I do like the features of the figures, you know, the light up eyes on this and everything. I mean, they have some really, really cool features. I like how the weapons are kind of like the activators for this. It's, again, I'm 3 bots in. I've already kind of, this was actually a set which I didn't know when I first started doing pre-orders. I was like, oh, pre-orders. I paid off all 5 of them. Yeah, because I didn't realize.
I'm sorry, Bobby.
I didn't realize that
you have no way of backing out.
Yeah, I didn't know you had to wait, you know, so long. I was like, pre-orders, okay, they're going to be out, you know, next week or something like that. So yeah, I did that with these.
Baby Bobby ordering online.
Yeah, I did with these and the Moon Studio train bots. So yeah,
they were out at the same time. The pre-orders were.
It was these came out like right afterwards, and so I didn't know any better.
Oh wow! I thought these were way after that. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, they just are taking forever to come out. So
yeah. Well, I hope for your sake it is not broken. And I know this is probably on its way to you if it's already. I don't think they've shipped yet. This is the G2, I guess, swoop from New Age. That looks really good. So how many of these did you purchase? Is this whole box for you?
No, not this time. I did pick this one up. I am waiting for it to ship.
Yeah, it looks good. I like the colors and stuff. It's just too small for me. I'm not a dabbler into Legends as much as Bobby. I've stopped dabbling in Legends after getting 2 or 3, and yeah, it looks good though. I love the colors.
I love the colors. The colors sold me, so
yeah,
that's why I'm dabbling. The colors sold me. I don't think I'll see this in an MP size. So in my head, these figures that I'm picking up that are in these different colors are basically figures that have gotten shrunk by something Perceptor did. And that's what we're rolling with.
I think it'd be more interesting if Shockwave did it. Yeah. All right, let's get into what's recently released. I think you're waiting on this. This is Transformers and G.I. Joe Soundwave.
Yeah, so I am getting this as well. I must say that Zorana looks terrible.
And I said this when we first saw this, and maybe it was on one of the other Joe things. I don't know why they chose the original G.I. Joes to like redo instead of making new sculpts. They already have new sculpts. Instead of making a better looking, more modern G.I. Joe, they chose the really old ones. Yeah,
it looks terrible. But I did see a review on this earlier today, actually, and you know, it is what it is. I'm kind of in on. I guess I'm in on these crossovers just in general, and I think I have to own it. So I'm okay with this one. I like I like the vehicle. I don't think the Soundwave looks too bad in comparison to some
We'll talk about the bot mode. I got some pictures.
Okay.
In a second. So let's just focus on the vehicle mode. So you like this vehicle then?
I do like the vehicle. I've always liked the vehicle. Even from the
I hate the colors. And I hate that all of the Gatling guns in the front aren't even painted. The bullets aren't painted. The Gatling guns themselves aren't painted. They're flat gray plastic. It looks horrendous.
Looks cheap.
That's the first thing I saw.
Lazy.
Very, very lazy on Hasbro's part. And I hate that the wheels are on a peg. They didn't even try to do anything with that. They didn't paint the rims. This is really sad. But I wouldn't be picking it up anyways because that blue and the red don't go together in my opinion. And here is the bot mode. I love that this Soundwave has little red high heels on to go clubbing in.
I'm so mad at you for that.
He's got a clack, click, clack. He walks down the street.
Honestly, with everything that you just, talked about in the vehicle mode, honestly, that's what Hasbro does now. So it's not shocking. Would I like to have seen it, improve? Of course, but it's kind of what we're getting. And so those are the things that didn't necessarily bother me about it.
Well, the high heels, like $80.
The heels do bother me though. I do not like the red heels.
Yeah, no, I mean, the rest of the bot mode actually I think looks the best of all the Joe.
Yes, yes.
I've got to say that it looks the best. The red isn't too distracting besides the feet in bot mode. From the back, obviously, there's a lot more. I like that the tape deck opens, and we'll talk about Ravage in a second. But yeah, it's
I love the head. I love the
head is amazing.
The head
this in bot mode, it's like I said, one of the better ones. It still has all the extra kibble that they can't seem to figure out what to do with. Mm-hmm. But all I see is Soundwave going out to the club with his little red high heels on.
Oh yeah, he's DJing.
Oh, he ain't DJing. He's out there he's in one of the cages. He's doing the go-go dancing in the cages with those heels on.
He might be on the pole. I don't know. Those heels on.
That's the after club.
Yeah.
When the tape deck opens.
He already kind of has the cages on his legs anyway, so there we go.
This is the only reason why I'd pick it up, is this Ravage is very cute. So I like it.
I like how they added the splashes of red in the legs, so
to make it match.
Yes, and it breaks up the blue, because if it was all blue, which is typical, something that they would probably do on this, it just looks boring. But I do like that they added the red. The gray on the rockets looks pretty good. I love the Decepticon sign on the side. This looks good.
I agree. He is the Chihuahua to go to with Soundwave clubbing.
That is great.
Next, let's move on to what has been cited. We've got MPM 14 Bone Crusher, which I know Bobby really wants. And then we've got Super 7 Reaction Beast Wars Burning Red Optimus Primal, which again, I think Bobby really wants. So are you on the lookout at Target for both of these things?
If I saw them, I would take a picture and ask if you wanted to get these, and for your collection. I actually almost bought the MP size of that Optimus Primal on a random humbug of being out of my mind, but that other thing down there, nah, bruh.
I think they did a great job making it look like it does, but it's not for me. That Burning Primal, I really like that box art with the gold and stuff. That looks really snazzy. I still don't want it though.
Yeah, I'm not picking up any of these.
All right, let's wrap this up. And we've got some Super 7 Ultimates figures. They are out. We've got G2 Megatron and a very puffy, marshmallowy Wreck-Gar. Now, we did look at Tarn last week, so I didn't put his pictures in. What do you think of these?
The Megatron looks good.
I really want an MP transformable one of this version of Megatron. That would probably go and replace this Megatron. I really like it.
And I'm throwing out another old movie since you said Puffy and everything like that. It makes me think of this 80s movie called Big Trouble in Little China.
I love
Big
Trouble in Little China.
So that's like as a kid, I guess that was like one of my favorite movies. I watched it all the time, and I can't remember his name, but the guy who, like, in essence,
the evil sorcerer.
He's got mad, and he just started blowing up, and and his fist looked just like this here, and he grabbed the knife and, you know, took himself out. But that's what, when you said Puffy, you know, and Marshmallow, that's what immediately what I thought about with this character. I think the Wreck-Ar looks good though as well.
He looks too rounded to me, which I think is a problem with all of what
rounded.
Yeah, like all the edges aren't hard.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Even the Megatron looks like that too, but not as much. I just think that's their style, and it doesn't fit what I want. Yeah.
I'm not picking either of these up, but, you know.
Not at the prices. They're like $55-$60.
Yeah, crazy.
And I know this is one that you want, and it is Optimus as an alligator. I don't remember the name. Oh, and all of these pictures are from Alfie's on X, formerly known as Twitter. Wasn't he like rebuilt as a crocodile?
Yeah, they kind of took his body apart and started, the Decepticons took his body apart and were doing all these random things with him. I actually saw this and thought about picking it up.
Just because there's gonna be nothing like this.
Right. And it looks good. This actually looks really good. And also the tower where they had Prime's arm on the tower, you know, I thought that was really cool. Like this, I'm on the fence about picking this up, to the point where I saw a sale and it was like either buy one get one free or buy one get one half price or something like that on action figures, and this wasn't included in it. But I would wait. I got my Banzaitron for more than half off, and, you know, I think it was $30 shipped after taxes and all that, and that was a reasonable price. So I think if you wait, you'll get it for that much. But I think Fans Toys needs to hurry up and get their Skull Cruncher in these colors. I've seen somebody repaint it.
Oh, really?
In these colors, and it looked amazing.
And just change, like, it's already a Headmaster. That'd be easy to change the faceplate or whatever to an Optimus, and there you go. You'd be good to go. I think they should do that. It's a shame that I don't think we're going to be getting any more Fans Toys KOs, because I think this would be a perfect one to do. And at that price, I probably would pick it up.
Yeah.
You know, $80, $65, however much we paid.
Yeah, this looks, and all the accessories that this comes with, this would be the one that I would get. Yeah. They do come with a good amount of like accessories. So, all right, well, that's everything we have for you today. Please comment down below on how much I made you mad with some of my comments, and how blasphemous they were. I love being called that, so the more the merrier. And let's see, what should they do, Bobby? Oh, you got to, besides subscribe, like the video, click that notification bell so you can get alerted when we have more content up. I mean, again, we've been kind of coming up with random stuff lately. And also share the video. You know, sharing is caring. So share the video. And as James said, you know, reach out to us in the comments. We love talking to you. And I think I covered everything again. You did. The only thing I want to say is, if you didn't watch our video while we interview Brandon from the Chosen Prime that just dropped, go watch that. It's very interesting to hear some of the background of the story. You don't get that personalization. So, and go check out their site while you're at it. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Yeah, later. So all debates are won.